Now that I've read the prompt and the passage, I'm ready to write a thesis. It's always a good idea to write your thesis before you begin writing your essay, before you begin even outlining the essay. So I need a thesis statement that does this. This is what the rubric says. I need to respond to the prompt with a defensible thesis that analyzes the writer's rhetorical choices. I have to do three things. I've got to respond to this prompt, not just some generic one or one I make up. I need to have a defensible claim, something that could be argued and that I will argue, and that I need to analyze the writer's rhetorical choices. That's a pretty tall order. Here's what a lot of people do and how they approach it incorrectly. So I'm looking at my whole, all my annotations here, and let's say I've got some room down here at the bottom. So I will say my thesis is that Nehru uses ethos, pathos, and logos to praise Gandhi. So, okay, did I answer the prompt? The rhetorical choices Nehru uses to communicate his views on the significance of Gandhi's legacy. Well, my significance here is about praising Gandhi, not about Gandhi's legacy. I've actually sidestepped the prompt. That's problem number one. Number two is ethos, pathos, logos is just so vague. It's just three things. Everyone uses ethos, pathos, or logos in some way or other, right? And that I've kind of flattened the whole thing down to a 1, 2, 3 structure. So this thesis would likely not earn the point because it doesn't really address the prompt with a defensible thesis that explains the author's choices. So I'm going to write a better one. I'll start over. Here's what I'm going to say. I can say that Nehru establishes Gandhi's legacy. Notice I'm really indicating to the grader that I'm listening to the prompt and I'm addressing it. As a founding figure of modern India by, and I could say by using ethos, pathos, logos, by using parallelism, repetition, and the first person plural. Well, kind of everyone repeats themselves in these things, asking rhetorical questions. Rhetorical choices are often more sophisticated. So let's look back over this. What are some of the techniques he uses? He establishes a contrast between Gandhi's greatness and our own inadequacies in his audience. That's interesting. He unifies the whole audience into a feeling, almost a group feeling about Gandhi's legacy. He sets up Gandhi as both the greatest symbol of the India of the past and of the India of the future. Gandhi is sort of the George Washington of India, and he establishes that right in the middle of his speech. So I could grab two of these things that would help me structure the essay. My thesis, Nehru establishes Gandhi's legacy as a founding figure of modern India by contrasting Gandhi's greatness with the inadequacy, actually, of the entire audience, right? And I could make this my main thesis here. So it's not very well written, but I did it. I have responded to the prompt about Gandhi's legacy, not just praise or mourning. I have a defensible thesis. This isn't a thesis everyone would come up with. You have to argue this out. And I'm analyzing the author's rhetorical choices. Now, I could use a second sentence right behind this, but I'm going to place this at the end of the first paragraph and show the grader that I deserve the thesis point because I'm answering the prompt with my own claim that analyzes his rhetorical choices.